My name is Latifa Al Maktoum. I was born on December 5, 1985. Um, my mom is Huriya Ahmed Lamara. She's from Algeria. My father is the Prime Minister of UAE and the ruler of Dubai, Mohammed bin Rashid Saeed Al Maktoum. He has three daughters called Latifa. I'm the middle one. There's one older than me and one younger than me. And he has two daughters called Maryam also. I have 30 brothers and sisters total. I had to say that in case this video is discredited in any way that, no, there's a Latifa there and a Latifa there. Yeah, there's three Latifas. I'm one of them. I'm the middle Latifa. My full sisters are Metha and Shamsa. They're both older than me, and Majid, he's younger than me. And I'm making this video because it could be the last video I make.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Evening Sip with Richa. I am your host, Richa, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have you back for episode 4. First of all, a huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed and supported this journey so far. Your messages, your comments, and your sips means the world to me. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you find your way to this little corner where we get to chat about some of the most powerful, moving stories from around the world. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's make today's episode one that you'll remember. I promise you won't want to miss it. Tonight, we're diving into a case that is particularly close to my heart, the heartbreaking story of Princess Latifa bint Mohammed Al Maktoum. I have to admit, guys, this case has deeply affected me and it weighs heavily on my soul. Latifa's story is one of extreme courage, but also one filled with pain, struggle, and an unrelenting quest for freedom. In today's episode, we'll explore Latifa's background, her relationship with her father, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and the stifling, suffocating environment that she and her sister were forced to live in. We'll also be talking about the 2019 video Latifa recorded in a desperate bid for help, which became a lifeline for those of us who truly care about her story. This is a really sensitive topic, guys, and my heart truly goes out to Latifa. The circumstances she's endured are unimaginable, and it's a story that needs to be shared. So, guys, let's just begin by knowing Princess Latifa a bit. Princess Latifa was born on December the 5th, 1985, in the luxurious city of Dubai, UAE, into the ruling Al Maktoum family. She is the daughter of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, and Princess Haya bint Hussein of Jordan. Princess Haya, Latifa's mother, was known for her intelligence, beauty, and a more liberal mindset, especially when compared to the traditional views of the royal family. But guys, let's not forget, Sheikh Mohammed, despite his image as a progressive leader, is a man who has been accused of deeply controlling and oppressive practices, especially towards the women in his family. Now, guys, Latifa had a complex family background. She is one of ruler's many children from his numerous wives. Sheikh Mohammed has at least 30 children from numerous wives and concubines. But despite the grandeur of their wealth and status, the lives of his daughter, like Latifa, were far from free. The women in the Al Maktoum family have often been confined to a life of strict control, dictated by traditional and conservative views. Princess Haya, Latifa's mother, was a symbol of more modern approach. She was educated in the West and had a reputation of being outspoken on the global human rights issues. But even her liberal learnings couldn't protect her children from the patriarchal grip of Sheikh Mohammed. Princess Haya, like many other women in the Al Maktoum family, was subject to the authoritarian reign of her husband. Guys, it's important to understand the environment in which Latifa and her sister, Princess Shamsa, were raised was one where their freedom was severely restricted. From a young age, these princesses lived under the constant surveillance, watched by the bodyguards, handlers, and the oppressive expectations of family's strict code of conduct. Latifa and Shamsa, like many other women in the royal families across the world, were often seen not as individual but as property. Their personal desire, hope, and even their voices were stiffened. No private conversations, no freedom, no agency. Now, guys, can you imagine living under the constant watchful eyes of others, unable to make a single move without someone knowing? This is what Latifa and her sister Shamsa experienced growing up in the palatial states of Dubai. Their lives were controlled, monitored, and completely restricted from the outside world. Everything looked perfect: the luxury, the glamour, the lavish lifestyle of a royal family, but inside it was a different story. Both Latifa and Shimsa were under house arrest for much of their lives. They couldn't go out, speak freely, or interact with the world beyond the palace walls. They were trapped, living in the glided cages. Latifa later revealed that she was closely watched by her father's bodyguards and was prevented from having any sort of normal life. The women in the Al Maktoum family were essentially isolated with limited access to the outside world. The world they knew was one of luxury and imprisonment, surrounded by the opulent villas but with no personal freedom at all. In this world, personal desires didn't matter. Only duty to the family and name of the ruler mattered. Latifa's desire for freedom grew as she entered adulthood. She yearned to break free from the constraints placed on her. The world beyond the palace, the one where women could drive cars, go to school, travel, and have careers, seemed like a dream she could never achieve. And then, guys, came the moment that would change everything. In 2018, at the age of 33, Latifa made a desperate attempt to escape Dubai. She had been planning her escape for months. With the help of small group of trusted allies, she managed to flee the country. They sailed across the Indian Ocean, headed for India, where she hoped to find asylum. But tragically, Latifa's escape was intercepted. Her yacht was surrounded by military ships, and she was forcibly brought back to Dubai, where she was detained. But before this happened, Latifa managed to film a video, a powerful and heartbreaking cry for help that would later be released to the world. In the video, which she recorded herself, Latifa speaks of the oppressive conditions she had endured. With tears in her eyes, she explains how she has been living in fear for much of her life, locked away in her palace, unable to make the basic decisions without approval.
Going to be leaving somehow, and I'm not so sure of the outcome, but I'm 99% positive it will work. And if it doesn't, then this video can help me, because all my father cares about is his reputation. He will kill people to protect his own reputation. He only cares about himself and his ego. So this video could save my life. And if you are watching this video, it's not such a good thing. Either I'm dead or I'm in a very, very, very bad situation. So where do I begin? 2000, my sister Shamsa, while she was on holiday in England, she was 18 years old, going on 19. She ran away, and in the 2 months that she was free, we were in contact, and I was still in Dubai with my mom and my other sister, whereas she had traveled with her stepmom and all of them. Um, so while she escaped because she didn't have much freedom in Dubai. She didn't have freedom to do the things that anybody in a civilized world would take for granted, like driving a car or traveling or just making choices for your own future. Freedom of choice is not something that we have. So when you have it, you take it for granted, and if you don't have it, it's very, very special. So yeah, she ran away, and the whole time she was communicating with me. I was 14 years old at that time, and yeah, Shamsa was. I saw her almost as a mother figure. Yeah, she was my big sister. She was like a mother also to me, because she really cared about me. I would speak to her every single day. So yeah, when she left, it was a little bit hard. But I was happy for her, but at the same time, I was worried about her. And what she did was, she also contacted one of her friends in Dubai, whose name is Leila Harib. Um, and she kept calling Leila. And what my father has done is, he went to Leila's house and he tried to bribe her with a Rolex, and he said, "You need to tap your phone to track Shamsa to see where she is." So that's what they did. And Leila told Shamsa, she told her, "My phone is bugged. They're trying to find you. Be careful." And Shamsa told me that, and I told her, "Stop calling Leila, because If you call her, they're gonna find you.
Quote unquote, this is the last video I'm making, and I'm doing it because I'm scared for life. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I've been locked up for years, and now I'm trying to get out of the country to escape this nightmare. But if you're watching this, it means I didn't make it. I want people to know what's happening to me. I am a prisoner and I need help. Please. Latifa's words are haunting. She talks about how her life was controlled by her father, Sheikh Mohammed, who had long been known for his authoritarian rule and the deeply patriarchal nature of the Al Maktoum family. In the video, Latifa tearfully reveals the abuse she had endured and the constant surveillance and the sense of being trapped in her whole life. She even describes her first escape attempt, which happened when she was just 16, an attempt that was torn apart when she was brought back to Dubai and locked up for several years. She said that after that, her father threatened her life, telling her she would be punished if she ever tried to escape again. But despite everything, Latifa did it. She tried once more in the hope that she could finally live as an independent woman. But what happened after the video was recorded is unclear. The UAE government initially claimed that Latifa was safe and living with her family. But the independent reports, as well as the interviews with her supporters, have raised doubts about her well being and whether she is being held against her will. The video went viral, sparking the global outcry for human rights organizations, government, and international media. Despite the overwhelming pressure from the international community to release Latifa, the UAE government has maintained a position of silence. Latifa's family, especially her father Sheikh Mohammed, has not directly addressed the claims of abuse or forced return of Latifa to Dubai. But one thing is clear, the fate of Latifa remains uncertain. In the years following her escape attempt, there have been occasional reports of Latifa appearing in the public photos, but many believe these to be staged appearances. It's difficult to know the truth. What's clear is that the global public has not forgotten about her, and calls for her release continues to grow. Latifa's case has sparked international conversations about women's rights, human rights, and the treatment of royal women in the UAE. Her story is a reminder that despite the grandeur of wealth and power, the price of freedom for some comes at a terrifying cost. Princess Latifa's journey is one of the unimaginable pain, strength, and a desperate search for freedom. It's a story that haunts you. A young woman with everything to lose, fighting for the most basic human rights, the right to live her life on her own terms. What she's endured is heart wrenching, and unfortunately, it's not over yet. The world is watching, and we can only hope that one day Latifa will be free from the cage she's been forced into. As we close today's episode, guys, I ask you to carry her story with you, to not let it fade. Her voice, her struggle, it deserves to be heard, and her fight deserves to be seen. Please take a moment to reflect on what we've shared today, and I would be truly, truly grateful if you could share your thoughts with me, your reflections, your feelings. I will also be adding the link to Princess Latifa's 2019 video in the description of this episode so you can hear her words directly. It's a painful, powerful message and one that I think we all need to understand. Alright, guys, so thank you for listening, for caring, and for supporting stories like that. Please don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive into important untold stories like this. Until next time, take care of yourselves and remember, sometimes even the smallest act of listening can bring a voice to freedom it deserves. So, guys, drink your tea, sip slowly, and stay tuned.